All right, everyone. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. First question off the bat. Let me know if you guys can hear me. We're hoping that that the audio is um, good on your end and our end.
We have
Uh,
34 people on right now.
Number two, let us know where you're watching from. What platform are you watching from? Because we should be on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and maybe even TikTok. So please let us know in the comments where are you watching from. And again, first question, please let me know that you guys could hear me if the audio is okay on our end. And yeah, so again, welcome to the MakerFlo studio. We are live, and again, it's another Tuesday, and we have another project for you today. And as you can see, it is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be, well, first of all, if it's your first time joining us live, welcome in. My name is Danny. Sam's here. Woo! And we go live. We go live every Tuesday. We used to go live on Tuesdays. We used to go a little bit earlier throughout the day, but we know we said new year, new time, so we're here later in the evening to give other people a chance to check us out and see what it's all about. And we go live and we craft. And oh, you know what? We forgot. We did forget one thing. Yes. Oh, is it this one from last week's? The box that's right here?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. Okay.
I
cool.
didn't forget anything.
Awesome. Great. So, good job, Sam. So again, we go live and we craft different projects. And last week, we started a series of being that it's Valentine's coming up. We are giving you guys ideas of what to maybe offer your clientele, a little additional to your store. Something that you could offer your customers and stuff. So we went ahead and we engraved on our whiskey decanter. How many of you guys have seen our decanter set? If you have, please let us know in the chat. And if you have, let us know how you like it, because this is the way it looks. If you haven't seen it, you get your whiskey decanter, you get your 2 glasses, and you get this box. We showed how to engrave the whiskey decanters. I don't know if you can really see just because of the glare and the light, but you can see it right there. And I believe on a different day, we ran out of time, but on a different day, Sam went ahead and engraved the box as well. And she actually, what did you use to fill it in?
Unicorn spit.
Unicorn spit, that's right. So another additional way of adding more another detail to your product, another way of personalizing, another option you can give your customers. So again, being with that said, we are going to continue this series. Again, Valentine's Day is a couple of weeks. We're going to show you how to other ideas that you could actually give your customers, different options, what you could offer. And so we're going to have our new heart-shaped marble board.
Marble hardboard.
Marble hardboard. I said the words. I just said them in the correct
all in the
word,
wrong order.
all around. We also have our Laserette using the journal.
We are.
The journal. And then we're going to be using a Valet Box right here that you can see right off the edge of the screen. But that's going to be a lot of fun. So again, if you're joining for the first time, thank you for being here. Again, we go live on Tuesdays. And again, we're going to continue this series. But yes, go ahead. Questions?
So we got a lot of people in the chat.
Awesome. Great.
A lot. And everyone's saying hello. They can hear you. We've got a hello from New Jersey, from Texas.
Awesome.
From Joe, our friend, Mississippi.
Hey,
Texas. Bestie says hello.
Hey, Bestie, what's up?
California, Ohio, Pennsylvania,
awesome.
Wisconsin.
There you go.
First timer, Brianne Davis.
Awesome. Welcome in.
Georgia. There's
Great, Georgia. So many. That's awesome. We're glad you're all here. And again, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And along the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, whether it's what kind of machine we're using. This is actually our Ultra, our F1 Ultra 2. Yes, F2 Ultra. I am all mixed up with numbers and words right now. I don't know why. It's like I'm like my first time or something. But yes, it's the F2 Ultra that we're going to be using to show you how to engrave. Also, again, if you have any type of questions, please let us know. If you haven't heard of MakerFlo, we're crafting cell blanks. And again, this whole series is giving you guys a chance and opportunity to see some of our products, how they work. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. Sam, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I did a hike on one of the days. So I was really proud of myself.
Nice.
Trying to soak up the good weather before it's gone.
Right.
If everybody else, wants to share what they did this weekend, feel free. We got a lot more of where they were, like where people are at right now.
Awesome. Great.
So we also got Tennessee, Florida, Orlando, Georgia, Indianapolis, Michigan, North Carolina, New Hampshire, And Tamala is a first timer as well.
Welcome. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Again, if it's your first time, my name is Danny. Sam's here, and we go live on Tuesday, and then we craft. And did we get the answer to the other question? Where are you watching from? What platform are you watching? Are you watching from YouTube, Instagram, TikTok?
It's all YouTube and Facebook.
It's all YouTube and Facebook. Okay, great, awesome. Okay, so again, we're having a little trouble with our TikTok account and our Instagram. For some reason, it's not letting us connect. If anyone can suggest some type of services that we're looking to stream with,
I think it's not. I don't think
it's us.
No,
it has to be the stream, right?
Yeah. He mentioned that they're looking into like a streaming issue in this area, so it might not be us.
Okay. But just in case,
we might acquire TikTok in a second because it's sending the data. We'll see.
There you go. We'll see. Maybe we'll see people from TikTok as well. So, but again, we appreciate it. Again, we're glad you're here. We're glad you can join us. And again, along the way, please let us know if you have any type of questions, even if it's about the live, or maybe you're just curious about some products that you've seen on the site. So just let us know. We'll be glad to answer them for you. Real quick as well too, I do want to mention that we are going to have a special guest a little bit later in the live, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Johnny's going to join us in a bit. Great crafter, expert in engraving. He's joined us once before, right? Once before, and it was awesome. It was great, and it should be a lot of fun. So if you do know him, or if you happen to have any questions while he's here, make sure you ask him. He would. I'm sure he will love to answer those questions for you. Besides that, we have any questions right now, Sam?
No, I was just checking in on the help desk for Instagram.
Okay.
But in the meantime, people are saying that they're all watching, like where they're watching from YouTube. Someone said they engraved some tiles for their cousin's kitchen.
Nice.
And then Apostle Style said it's not us. So
it's not us.
No, it's a known issue.
Okay. It's not us.
And then Josh says hi. Josh,
hey Josh, what's up? How you doing, man?
And someone's here from Virginia, Kansas. So many people everywhere.
I wish we could just down the list. Like maybe hit all
like
50
light up
states.
A map?
All 50 states, right? I mean, that'd be awesome just to cross out.
Where's Hawaii?
I know, right? That'd be awesome though. That'd be great. But again, if it's a new, if you are new here, again, we have a lot of things. Every Tuesday we do something different, and we're really happy to hear because we want to go ahead, and our biggest goal here is to keep growing this community of crafters, whether you engrave, whether you epoxy, whether you do sublimation. We're all here to help each other. And again, this year we've been doing the lives for about more than a year now. And this year, being that it's New Year, that's what we're trying a new time. But we want to take the advantage of the platforms that we have and change the strategy of it. We want to go ahead live, and we want to go here and make sure that you guys get something out of these lives, whether it's learning about the materials, whether our products, or any type of machine that we use. We want to make sure that you are able to use them. If you go to MakerFlo.com, we have a section, and it's called the MakerFlo Pro. You can go ahead, if you're an engraver, you actually go in there, you go on there, you look and you look up the machine. We have settings for the machines, like we create X tool. What else we have in there? I can't think of the name right now.
We have
Omtech, thank you. But we have all these settings with art that we use with our products, and luckily we have great friends that have different type of machines, and they shared those settings with us so we could share them with you. And it's a great starting point. And remember, keep in mind that this machine might be a little different if you have a different machine, but it's a great starting point. Or if you happen just to purchase this during the holidays, this is a great way of starting, right? You get to learn your settings, our products, put them together, and start making that money. Yeah, Sam, you got something?
Yeah, so I will say we are live on TikTok now.
Hey, TikTok, how's
the
everyone
Coleman's
doing?
Twins confirmed it, and we saw your video. Pretty cool. Really like that unboxing of all the decanters, the one I sent in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
And then we also got a hello from Louisiana.
Louisiana's
so
in the
we're
house.
Slowly lighting up the map.
All right, awesome, great. I please, if someone can keep track of how many states that is, that'd be awesome. If we get to the 50, that would be great.
Ashley, it's on you.
Ashley, give me a count, please. If you guys know Ashley always plays our reindeer games here. So she was our special guest last week in this first part of the series, where she helped she came on, she talked about pricing, she talked about a little cheat code that we use to engrave the decanters. If you missed it, you can go back to our YouTube page and watch the live there. It's a lot of great information. So if you missed it, go back, go watch it. But now you know, don't miss any lives because you just never know. Also, last week we had Mark and John. If you've heard of Mark and John, please put a little emoji in the comments. And
your favorite emoji that describes them.
No, just raise a hand. Just put a hand if you heard of Mark and John. And if you know, they were on last week, and they came on here, and they were nice enough to also, not only share some tips, but also I think they dropped something new that's in the works. So you never know. Whenever they're here, they might show new products or anything like that. So you don't want to miss it. Also, they do have a podcast that we will be recording a new one pretty soon. The new one should be out next week, right? Next Thursday, I think.
Yes.
Next Thursday we have to do. It'll be episode 8 that's going to be releasing next week.
Yeah,
should be a lot of fun. And this one, again, you do not want to miss. We had a special guest. Well, I say we, right? They had a special guest. You do not want to miss it. It was a lot of fun to hear them and the knowledge between all three that were involved in that conversation. So don't miss it. If you don't know, you can find them. Again, you can go to the YouTube channel, watch the episodes, the last 7. Also, you can find them on Spotify and on iTunes. So make sure you subscribe to that. They also have their own Instagram page, which I believe is John and Mark, right?
Correct.
Right.
It's alphabetical
order.
That's why I updated ours to Danny and Sam, so that we're also alphabetical.
But yeah, so go ahead and check them out. That's a lot of fun. Again, these guys love sharing knowledge. They love sharing these not only ideas, but any way that they could help, they're willing to do. So check them out. Yes.
We got several emojis in the chat.
Emojis?
They are several. So everybody here is well aware of the big bosses.
It's not Mark and John, right, that are doing the...
No, it's not. And then we've got some people on TikTok saying hello too. We've got someone joining from Kentucky over there.
Kentucky, awesome.
Lisa is saying hi to me specifically. So hi, Lisa. And yeah.
Awesome, great. Well, again, we appreciate it. We have this last year, 2025 was awesome. It was great. We had a lot of products that were released, new products from our Laserette line to Marble to new tumblers, tumbler handles, tumblers without screws. It was just so many that I don't even remember what order they came in, but we have so many. And 2026 is not going to stop. I guarantee you we're still moving this train forward with something new coming out, I think in 2 weeks, actually. We were in the meeting last week, and they're so excited, especially John. You know how John is exciting about our packaging. He's always into details and how you could increase the value on the packaging and detailing and stuff like that. So he's very, very excited, and I know he's excited to show you guys what it is, and we're all excited too because it's going to be awesome. Yes, Sam.
So we've got a lot of people in here, so I would love to ask everyone what is their favorite new product that has been released this year.
Yeah, if we can remember, because honestly, I know I'm missing a few.
Yeah.
Not just a few, but a lot, because we did release a lot of stuff. But I'm trying to go backwards, and backwards was Laserette, Marble,
the 20 skinny powder coated, the twist off,
the handle,
sublimation ones,
stainless steel.
Well, even the regular ones were updated too.
That's right. Yes.
The coffee cups were updated. The wine tumblers were updated. Correct.
And that's probably just the last 4 months. I don't remember.
Knife set, burger set,
the smash burger set. Correct. Would you say the knife set, the new cutting board actually as well too. There's so many things again. So again, if you can remember what was your favorite product that was released in 2025, please let us know. Put it in the comments. We would love to hear. And if so, how has it impacted your business? And we would love to know that as well too, because obviously we want to hear the feedback.
Your top sellers.
Yeah, exactly. So we would love to hear that. What else?
So someone from TikTok is letting us know that they got the stainless steel pens and pencils. So that's super cool.
Awesome.
And then in the main chat with Facebook and YouTube, we've got people. Someone, Tom Cleveland's asking for settings for the Laserette items. Tom, that's a great question.
Great question.
And I actually got an email about that earlier today. So that's in the works. Hopefully within the next week, those should be added to the site. In the meantime, you can always send us like a DM too on our platforms. And if we have the settings, we'll just share them with you.
Exactly.
And then for favorite items, so far people are saying journals, Laserette, journals and passports, the heart cheese board, heart board, coffee cups. And
so many things. So many things. And again, we're not stopping. We're going stronger even on 2026. I guarantee you. You guys are just going to be amazed with everything that is coming here to MakerFlo. What else? Anything else?
So someone is saying that they need blanks of multi-tools for engraving. That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting.
I'm going to put that in our chat real
Right.
quick so that I can send that request over. But for anyone who's wondering, like, how do I get my requests over to MakerFlo? It's a funny story. They actually meet weekly with Mel from customer service. So if you email in those suggestions, they will get to the Jefes.
Yeah, it does reach them. Believe me, it does. So that's one thing that these guys are very good at. They make sure that they're listening, and clearly they've listened with all the products that they've released and the details, and yeah, it's crazy. So they do listen. They do hear the feedback. It's very important to them. So, but yeah, so keep them coming if you have more in your mind. What else? Anything else?
No, I'm going to give up on Instagram because it's just not working.
Sorry, Graham.
Next time for sure. But in the meantime, we appreciate everybody else being here from Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate you guys. And
I feel like I don't know if I have. Do I have any announcements? Like big announcements? I know we're going to be in Vegas in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're in Vegas, do I want to say it?
What is it?
Well,
I'm not on the same page.
Not.
What I want you to say.
I'll let you speak. I'll let you say it.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay.
So if they're going to be in Vegas or if they're near to Vegas, typically APA, the kind of show that it is, you have to have like a membership to go. But they actually gave us a code.
That's right. So that was what I was waiting to. So go ahead and finish.
So yeah, basically we have a free code if you're in the Vegas area and you want to go. The code is MakerFlo26. I'll go ahead and throw that in the chat as well. But you can use that code for a complimentary floor pass.
That's right.
So that's pretty cool.
So we'll be in Vegas the week of February 20.
Keep going.
What was I don't remember.
24th through the 27th.
That's right. I was close. I was going to say 23rd, but I wasn't sure. So it's 24th through the 27th. I will be there. Come check out. If you happen to go, if you're thinking of going, now you have this code to get that ticket. Come by to the booth. Trust me, you won't miss us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Last year was great. A lot of information, a lot of things to do there, but most important, we're going to be there. Just kidding. But yeah, so we hope to see you guys there. So again, come by and say hi. Come hang out with a couple of the MakerFlo crew, and we'd always love to meet you guys in person. I know sometimes it's a little different from talking from behind the screen or on messages, and it's nice to put a name to the face and stuff. So yeah, what else? We have any more?
Yeah, we have some people asking some questions.
Okay, great.
So I posted the link and
Awesome.
the code into the chat for everybody, so it's there. Here we go. And then someone said the manicure sets would be really great in a laserette case. That's a really cool thing. I would like that.
Yeah.
And then Sam is asking, do you do the ISS show in Atlantic City? I've heard of that show, Sam, but I haven't got us in there yet. If you want to remind me, just send us some details to the DM. We could go ahead and look into that for you for sure.
Yeah, the guys love checking out new shows and stuff. A great way of getting to know people. And yes.
And Dara saying she's about to steal Ron's car. Keys are in it, unlocked and running. So I think she's going to go to Vegas with us.
There you go.
That's awesome.
We'll see you there then. We'll see you there.
Save us a spot.
Yeah. You can help with the setup as well too, if you're there early.
We'll have things.
Yeah. But yeah. So again, a great. This is the third live of the year, right? Third of the new year. Is it third? Third. Yeah, third. So, but the second of the new time. So again, so again, we do appreciate you. Again, don't forget, remember to subscribe to all of our channels. We're gonna keep doing this because it sounds like we're getting a lot of great feedback in the evening. So the more the merrier. So remember, if you guys know any friend crafters that you think that would benefit from this, please share this with them. Let them know. The more the merrier. Again, our whole goal for this is just keep growing the community, keep sharing information, and vice versa. So yes, what's up?
So there's a few things.
Okay.
The first thing, because I want to go in order. Apostyle said, any ideas for corporate bundle swag, i.e. shirts, polos, mugs, tumblers, etc. So it's funny that they're saying that because when Johnny comes on, I know he's going to talk about stuff like that.
Yep.
So for the shirts, polos, stuff like that, we don't really have recommendations. Johnny might. Mugs, tumblers, that's all us.
Yeah.
So we've got some ideas for you on this live. And then someone said that they ordered the journals, passports, luggage, sample packs to do a gift set for Valentine's Day.
Nice.
See how they sell.
Nice.
They love
hey,
our.
Real quick before you get jumped out, if you do end up doing a video for that or your transformations from start to finish, please tag us or anybody that's watching right now. If you happen to record your videos with our products and the transformations from start to finish, please tag us. We love watching them, and not only that, but we love resharing them. We love giving the credit where it's due. So just make sure you tag us at MakerFlo, and we will reshare it, whether it's reposted or story something. We will make sure that we love sharing those stuff. Anyway, sorry, Sam.
Okay, and then someone else said that that's an awesome idea. I don't know if they're talking about the car theft. And then someone asked, do we ever go to Texas? We do.
We do.
So we go to the Next Level Laser Conference,
Correct.
Which I believe is in what, August?
Yes.
That sound right?
Yes.
And then Dara let us know that this was the wrong chat about the car stealing. And then Miri thinks we should have glass or acrylic tumblers. That's a great idea.
That's a great idea. Who knows? There may be something that is in the works.
I will say the one thing, because I've asked for things like that before from Mark and John, and the biggest thing that they want is not only a product, but an idea to make that product better.
Right.
Because technically at our point, we will not release a product if it's similar to someone else's. There needs to be a reason to release it.
Right.
So if they can think of their common pain points, send us an email with all of that and we'll see what we can do.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, again, so I think we've talked enough. I think I've chatted enough. So I'm going to hand it over because Sam's going to be crafting with you guys today. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to just put them in the comments. We will love to answer them. And again, make sure you guys stay for the entire live. We're going to have a special guest come in a bit. And besides that, enjoy the live. And again, we are going to be using our products here with the Ultra F2, with the F2 Ultra. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, enjoy.
Okay, so over here, there's lots of stuff. So if you have questions, let me know. And when our guest joins, if you need help, let me know.
Oh, I'm going to need help.
Okay, excellent. So, hi guys. So we're going to do some engraving today. Danny did show you the one I did a little earlier, and that was just kind of finish off we did last week. This month, the challenge that we're taking on is Valentine's Day. So we're doing really fun kind of different products that you can do where you're specifically appealing to that Valentine's Day market. So it's all about kind of setting yourself up for the season, for what's coming up next, for what your customers are looking for, to really grow your business. So that's kind of where we're at right now with this. So we have 3 different products that we're going to work on today: the Heartboard, the Journal, or the Valet Box. Which would you guys like to see first? Let's hear it in the comments. Whichever one has the first to 3 votes is going to be the winner. So let us know what you guys want to see, and we'll get working on it.
Kimberly said, I don't know if you read this one, but Laserette calendars.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
And then
ooh, what if it was
Sam.
just...
Hi, Sam.
Hi, how's it going? What if it was just like a blank calendar that you could engrave?
That'd be cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could even do that with a swatch set.
You could.
Calendar made.
Okay, so we got one for journal.
Okay.
We have Heartboard, journal, 2, 3 journals.
3 journals. So it's journals first.
So journals will go first, guys.
Perfect. So what we did here, first of all, we didn't want it just to be a regular journal. We went ahead and we used UV DTF to actually customize the front of this. You can color fill these, you can color print on them, you can engrave on them, UV DTF, but it's really easy to personalize the actual box itself to make it more appealing, to make it a higher value, but basically make it something that, it's easier for you to sell, right? And to sell for a good amount. So we did that with this. The next thing we'll do is I'm going to show you this really cool feature. So on all of the boxes, it's going to have the color of the item. So see that little pink dot? That tells you that this is a pink Laserette journal in here. Yes, Danny.
Okay, so real quick, the order that just counting out the votes. So journal, and then the second was on the board, and then the Valet Box.
Okay,
so
cool.
Maybe that's the order you go with.
Okay, sure. So, all right. So we've got our journal here. This is the pink one, which I thought would be perfect for Valentine's, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at these. I know just from seeing your favorite products, most of you have seen this already, but let's talk about why this is so cool. First of all, do you see all this foam here? So there is a foam padding that is perfectly aligned around the outside of the journal to keep it nice and flat, which is super duper neat. Okay. So we thought of all the foam stuff. And then once you get the journal out, there's a a few cool features I want to talk about. One, you can go edge to edge with engraving. So if you were to take out the paper, which you can because it's refillable, so you don't have to just be done with it when the paper's done, right? So let's take out the paper. So you have this full thing that you can engrave on. You can engrave on the insides, you can engrave on the back, you can even just lay this flat and do a full image all the way across, right? So all of these engraving options really add to the value that you can put behind this product. So let's say most people just put like a name, something like that, like on the front. You don't have to do that. You can put from, you can do all kinds of things, but basically this is going to be your key to kind of charge a little extra because of all that extra customization you can provide.
Tom had a good comment here. So
don't
forget to order some refills with it too.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's talking about the journals.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. And that's right. So we do have the refills available, and the refills come not only in the lined version that come in the notebook, but they also come in the unlined version as well. So they're pretty cool. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm going to go ahead and put it back together real quick. I will say there's one more cool feature too. It also has this little page protector, or not page protector, but a page finder here. So you can go ahead and find, your spot in the notebook. But we'll go ahead and put this back on because we're going to leave it on while it engraves. And I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. Perfect.
Brady says hi.
Hi, how's it going?
You guys can still hear us, right?
Hopefully. And I'm going to put this back in. Beautiful. Cool. So now this is a notebook again with ease. And what happened to our... They were there and then they left. Oh, they're there. They're back again. Ooh. Here, let me help you, Danny. You want to talk about the stitching and all that?
I don't know who left. What are you talking about?
The guest.
Oh. Yeah.
Here you go. I got you.
Okay. Again. Yeah, and then maybe you could do the... Oh, there you go. Sorry, guys. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to go over these, what she was explaining. So again, if you want to look, again, big thing with the products, right? We have our very, very detailed. We want to make sure that you guys get the best quality in our products. So again, a lot of the stitching in the product is just all the way around. You can see that. The premium quality that we have all the way around, it shows. There's out there stuff that's competitors that don't have this double sealing here, right? It's painted, the finish is all the way around, so it's just not on one side, it's all the way around with consistency. Same thing with inside. Inside you have the stitching on it as well, all the way. So this is great. Again, very, very important for us is the quality that we keep providing you guys with. And it's on both sides as well.
And it looks like we had a guest pop in. Johnny, can you hear us? We can hear you.
You could?
I mean, I can hear his sound a little bit.
Oh, I can't hear anything, so I'm surprised. But yes, going back to the details on the journal, this is why it's so important. Not only that, but when you look into it, you're gonna be able to see. Oh wait, maybe we do hear him now. Mm-hmm. Johnny.
Hey, sorry guys.
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
How you guys doing? Sorry about that. I had to run inside real quick.
That's fine. No worries. Give us 1 second.
Perfect. Okay, so and it's funny because that was the second highest voted item. So while we got our Laserette item ready, it's like Johnny already knew the drill and got his heartboard ready to go.
Yep, we're ready to go. I got a design loaded up on the Thunder, and we're ready to start this guy.
Perfect. Well, Johnny, I'm actually going to engrave this Laserette Journal really quick. While I'm engraving this, do you want to talk about kind of what you do to your journals, kind of how you price them at, like just kind of walk us through like your version of what you do with the journal?
Sure, absolutely. Let me get this camera flipped over.
And while you do that real quick, Johnny, we do have a question. Nancy is asking, how many pages does the notebook have?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's a great question, and I believe it's 120. Yes, it's 120 pages.
Look at you.
Also, is the journal Laserette? Yes, it is. It is Laserette. All of these products, all of our products, like the journal, like the one Johnny's showing right now, It's all Laserette. You can go ahead and engrave on those. Our journals are our passport cover wallet and our
Wow, show off.
I'm getting
Just to show
distracted
you
by
guys the
watching
detail
this.
you can get on this, it doesn't all have to be names and cute little logos. You can go pretty crazy on this. You can do portrait work. You can do just about anything, and that's where the premium pricing comes into play with these guys. Because, like you guys said, there's so many great features about it, but from a laser engraver standpoint, what I care about is what I'm able to do. And as you guys know, what we do
That's
here
amazing.
is it's all about detail. It's all about what we're able to get out of each and every single product. And this journal is just absolutely insane. I mean, look at that detail in the eyeball. It's just nuts.
Yeah, I will
So
tell you there's a reason why I picked the pink journal and not the black journal, because I knew you were doing the black journal. And I'm like, I can't do anything else
Yep.
that Johnny can do.
Yeah, that's definitely my jam for sure, this guy.
So again,
But yeah, as far as
if you have a question for Johnny, feel free to ask. That he is not only an incredible person, but an incredible crafter and engraver, as you can see. So anything that you might want to have or questions that you have, feel free, right, Johnny? Feel free to ask.
Yeah, please do. Please do it. Feel free to follow me on Hello Darkness Creations as well on Instagram, TikTok, and feel free to pick my brain whenever you want. I'm always available. I might not be able to get back immediately, but I promise you, I will eventually get back to you. And I try to help out as many people as I can with settings, with generating images, pricing items. How much you guys can realistically sell these items for at markets or to other makers, small business owners, stuff like that. So anything I could be of help with, please let me know.
So with that said, Johnny, we got your first question.
Yes.
Johnny, they're asking, what machine did you use to engrave the journal with?
So this journal right here was engraved with my Thunderbolt. And the Thunderbolt is realistically the machine that I tried to utilize the most. I have seen other people utilize like the X Tool F1 and the F1 Ultra to do these. However, this front graphic right here took me like 7 minutes. Start to
That's
finish.
amazing.
Yeah, start to finish 7 minutes, and then this back one because there really isn't a whole lot of filling in this bottom section. This right here took about 1.5 minutes, and then the eyeball portion took about 3.5 minutes. So you're talking about less than 10 minutes of engraving front to back if you have your files
Jeez.
loaded, ready to go. And like you said, one of the great things about this journal is that you can just pop this guy out. And like you said, just lay it down flat. I didn't do that just because I didn't want to really have to wedge this little section here, just because it is that little wiggle right there. It would be ideal to get something under there and just get it flat, just because of these two guys right here. You don't want it to sag in the middle. But for that reason, I went ahead and I just did 2 separate images, which I think worked out incredibly well anyway. So
we got another question for Johnny. Well, they're saying, would love to see how you get that image. Oh, where'd it go? Image on the black journal, Johnny. So they're very interested. Hi, Victoria. ¿Cómo estás? How are you doing? And
definitely.
Then we have another one. And again, can you remind everyone what engraver you used?
So this was done using a Thunderbolt, a Thunder Laser Bolt.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
Right. And then Nancy is very curious on the price range as well.
For the bolt?
For the, I believe, the passport or the journal. I'm sorry. What did the journal?
Oh, for this guy right here?
Yes. So I'm guessing they're interested in what pricing you would give those. And that was a question from Liz.
So to be completely honest with you, since this is a relatively new product to me, I haven't really done too many personal ones. The ones that I have done, I've just kind of gifted them away. But if I were to do one of these customized front and back with the amount of detail that you're getting here, again, at the end of the day, you charge for your services and your expertise, right? The fact that this took 10 minutes to engrave is a testament to the fact that we learned how to do this over the course of years and years and years. So you have to be realistic, again, with your time and your expertise. But something like this, I would probably price it around $30 just so that it's like a quick sell. And then if someone were to be interested in doing like a bulk order or something like that, then we could definitely talk pricing then. But ideally, probably about $30 to $35 for a journal like this with a detail and like a full-on engraved top to bottom.
Awesome. real quick, they are asking um, your social media name. Where can they find you? If you could remind them, I'm also going to put it on the chat if it allows me to.
Sure.
And if you go ahead and remind them.
Yeah. So if you guys just go ahead and look this up right here, Hello Darkness on either Instagram or TikTok, this logo should pop right up. It's a Hello Darkness Creations, and you should be able to see that guy right there. He'll pop right up.
And I just put it in the chat as well for everybody. So go ahead and give Johnny a follow. Again, not only, actually, we didn't even get you in a proper introduction, I think. So, Johnny, real quick, a minute, how, tell us a little bit about you. What is it that you do? And what got you started?
So much like a lot of other people, I kind of got into laser engraving. Sorry, I'm trying to prop up my iPod here, my tripod. I got into laser engraving during the pandemic, just trying to find something to do, keep me busy. And then work just kind of took over after that. We got really busy. I was working at SpaceX at the time, and we were just really ramping up production. So I kind of threw the Glowforge in the closet for about a year and a half, and forgot about it. And then when I finally got it out, I kind of just started making small little things here and there for about 7 or 8 months. I just strictly did stuff for me, trying to perfect the craft, get as clean as engravings as I could. And then one day we decided to do our first market. And during that first market, we ended up doing it was like close to $800 in like 6 hours. And then that was
That's
just like
amazing.
that was a huge eye opener where I was like, maybe I can just do this full time because I love doing this. I love having fun. I'm just creating art and then people just enjoy it. So just kind of took off from there. And then after the Glowforge, I graduated to my Thunderbolt and just never looked back. Honestly, it's just an incredible machine.
Awesome. Again, I put his where you can find him on his on his social media. It's in the chat. Real quick, Sam, they're saying, "Hi, Nady, ¿cómo estás?" Second of all, Sam, everybody's liking what you did with the
Thank
journal.
you.
It looks very nice. They said,
Not as cool as Johnny's, but it works.
but
Every single thing
nice
you do
job.
is cool.
They're saying, "Nice job, Sam. We'll love to see the settings." So,
Yeah, absolutely.
is there any way you can skip your share your settings?
Yeah, so the settings we used, and this is for the F2 Ultra. So actually, I did a lot of testing before today, or I'm sorry, before now. And what I used was our swatch set. Let me actually grab it really quick just to show you.
And I will try to. I think.
Okay, so what I did was I got our whole little swatch set and I grabbed the colors that I was using today. So first, I found Johnny's colors, which are these ones up here. But yeah, so I did a lot of different kind of settings, little grid settings. Jesse burned that hole. That wasn't me. I will call that out.
Wow.
It was like that when I
Just
got
like
it.
that, huh?
Just like that. But here's what I did, guys. So at the top corner of these swatches, there's going to be, let's see, there's going to be like a little kind of test grid. Like this right here is what you're looking for. So when I went engraved, I wanted to match exactly that corner. And I found my settings by doing that. So that's what I'd recommend if you're looking for your settings. For what I use specifically, these are going to be, so we're using the blue light, power 60%, speed 500, lines per centimeter 120. And that engraving, let me see, it took less than 2 minutes, I want to say.
Oh, I think we lost Johnny.
It took 53 seconds.
See,
That's
how do I
okay.
get him back
He
in?
might pop right back in, yeah. But that took
There he
53
is.
seconds,
Hey.
guys. So that was super easy to do. So since that was so easy, now I'm going to engrave something on the inside of it. So when you saw me kind of moving things around, placing them, that was actually just kind of setting up for the inside engraving. So while I'm getting this set up, Johnny, tell us what you're doing with that heartboard.
So this guy right here, I generated, or actually, let me trace that back. I did not generate anything. My wife actually generated a graphic for us. I don't want to take any credit here.
That's right.
Let me get the facts straight. Let me see here. Let me open up the image that we're going to do.
So real quick, Johnny, to interrupt you. Liz, I know you're asking any settings in the Mirror 96. For what type of product? Because if you go to MakerFlo.com and you look under MakerFlo Pro, we do have a lot of settings there from with Xtool, we create Thunderbolt, Glowforge, Eon. I'm not sure if we have any for the Mirror 96. But if anyone has a Mirror 96 in the chat, please let us know. We would love to pick your brain.
What's really cool too is, like, say you're on the product setting page and you don't see the settings you're looking for. There's a spot at the top for feedback. So if you click that link, it'll let you submit a form, and you can actually say, "Hey, you're missing this laser. Let me help you." And as long as you're willing to help us, we might send you some products to test for us.
Liz is actually asking for the Laserette settings. And it's for the Mirror 96. And someone's asking, I'm not sure, but it says, where'd it go?
Yeah, so Liz, I would fill out that form, because there's a good chance we might send you some stuff to play with for that.
Can we see it again? Exactly what did you want to see? What Sam made? And then,
well, I made something else.
Sam,
so
asked, what did you sell at your first market?
Huh?
What did you sell at your first market?
What did I sell at my first market? Probably the bug jewelry, that stuff. And I almost wore my necklace today, but I was like, no, that's shameless self-promotion. But so what I did was, here is I have the cover, and then inside of it, I have a little note too. So now you've got Happy Valentine's Day with a cute little image, and then a little love you always on the inside. So they open their book and they see a nice little note, right? So it's just kind of more stuff that you can add to what you're doing. But yeah, back to you, Johnny. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. No worries at all.
Right. Sorry, real quick. People are asking for settings. I just put it in the chat, the link where you can go ahead and check to see if we have the settings, that page. Just go ahead and click copy it. I think you can copy it and then just search there.
Well, I know the Laserette settings aren't on there. So feel free to fill out that form. All right. Sorry. Back to you, Johnny.
No worries. Sweet. So I got that heart design with our last name on it. I got it loaded up on the Thunder. Do you guys want me to put a screenshot or go back to the settings so you guys can take a look at what we're doing here?
That'd be awesome.
Sweet. Awesome. So this is the design right here. My wife came up with it, and then she just sent it over to me as an SVG file. And that guy right there is going to go right in that top portion of the heart. We have the speed. I always keep everything in inches per second. I never switched it over. So I got 13 inches per second. My maximum power is going to be 50. My minimum power is always at half of whatever my max power is. That way we get a clear contrast between the hottest and the lowest point. I'm going with 265 for the DPI just because this is wood, and wood doesn't engrave, wood burns. So I'm not trying to char it up. And then I'm going with Atkinson. Atkinson is always what gives me the nicest shading between the highs and the lows. So another good feature that I like to do, or another good thing that I highly recommend, is when before you hit run, do your preview here, and then really get in here and zoom in. As you can see, like there's no dots that need to be filled in there. So that tells you that that's going to leave like a nice, super dark engrave. But then right next to it, you come over here and you start to see all this porosity going on there. So that tells you that there's a fair bit amount of shading going on, and you should be in pretty good standing. So that has already been sent over to the laser. I'm going to go ahead and frame this one more time, and then I'm going to hit start.
That's awesome.
So Johnny, real quick, they're actually asking you, what did you sell? What did you first sell at your market that you made that in 6 hours?
Oof. Oh man. So when I first started doing markets, I had there was no like base inventory of stuff. It was just whatever I thought was cool. Here, I actually have some items here. So while that's going, I'll show you some of the items that I would sell at my markets, because a lot of them I actually still have, like some items I never sold. I was like, I'm going to keep these for a while. But it was stuff like this, like art, just like random art. Whoops, sorry. Art that I would generate, and then I would make that on my Glowforge. It's easier probably cool. If I flip this camera around. Yeah, so just wooden art like this. I would find random blakes.
That's super cool. We might have lost him for a second.
Yeah, I think so too.
But that's okay.
We're getting right back.
He'll probably come back. And in the meantime, I couldn't let Johnny show me up. So I'm also working on the heart board right now. I'm doing a fun design that I got from Creative Fabrica. And it's going to be another Valentine's Day design. Sorry, back to you, Johnny. I was filling time for you.
Every time I get a phone call, my phone cuts off. It's like I get a phone call, I have to hit voicemail, and then it just shuts everything off.
No
So,
worries.
yeah, art like this, stuff like this, I would do a lot of. I would just find frames and then just frame it up and just sell it. So stuff like this, I'd probably sell for like 75, $80 just because it's a very nice thick piece. So you sell something like this at a market for $80 and it's like, boom, you just made close to $100,
Wow.
Stuff like that. Another thing that I also did were flasks. I got into flasks and then trying to get as much detail as I possibly could on those flasks. Lighters, also just some of the items that eventually ended up turning into like my overall just kind of bundle packs that I would offer to bands and stuff. So over the course of just selling random art, here, let me get a shot of these guys. These are your guys' boxes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so this is your cherry one, and then this is the black one that I did earlier today.
Johnny, I need that one.
And then I have your guys' amazing tumblers here with the attachable handles there, and then this guy right here that I did for my little son for Christmas there. So
Aw.
yeah,
Cute.
but that's basically what I started off doing was just random art, flasks. I wasn't doing tumblers at the time, just basically a lot of band and just horror related art, kind of stuff like that. This discharge piece is one of the very first pieces I did. For a while, I got into doing like hand little mirrors like this as well. This is stuff you can find at the Dollar Tree, and you just pop the mirror out, engrave it, spray paint it black, and sell it for 15, $20. So big profits to be made on small little stuff like this. You just have to get creative.
Real quick, another question for Johnny. Johnny, was your image for the journal Bitman image?
I'm sorry, was it a what?
Bitmap?
No, everything that I use for journals, everything is almost JPEG. That's probably one of the biggest questions that I get from people is, for some reason, I think people have the misunderstanding that everything that you run on a laser has to be an SVG file, or it has to be some sort of like trace line image file or something like that. And that's just not the case. For instance, I had an individual reach out to me yesterday, and he was just trying to pick my brain, and he was asking me, how are you, translating this image into this and this? And I honestly didn't know what he was talking about, because I was like, what are you, like, when you say translate, what do you mean? Because all I'm doing is right click and saving, and that's about all I do. Yeah, you can import JPEG images straight into Lightburn, and then it's just a matter of finding out the desired DPI settings, your max and your minimum for whatever it is that you're running. But I've never had to convert any kind of image to anything to get the results that I've ever gotten. Everything is from Google or Pinterest or straight from Bing. I right click, save. I don't pay for anything. I'm about as cheap comes. I do everything for free online. We're in 2026. There's no reason to pay for all this stuff you don't have to be paying for. There's a lot of free tools out there that you can utilize to do everything that you want. So,
I mean, just as long as you're careful with the copyright stuff, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So
Thanks for the tip.
So I did something while you were working, and I think it's pretty cool. Look at that big old engraving.
That's awesome.
This was a minute 20 seconds.
Very nice.
So we have settings for this too. This was another thing we did like a test grid on. I actually did like 3 test grids all like next to each other. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys want settings for this for the F2 Ultra, let us know. We can throw those in the chat. And then looks like somebody wants to know if Johnny has a website.
That's right.
So the only thing that I have right now is my Shopify, which you can find on my Instagram. You can feel free to submit an email there for anything customized that you would like, or if there's anything pre-made, feel free to grab it off the site. Or again, just hit me up on social media. I'm always here to help.
So guys, we did the marble board, and I'm doing so well on time. Should we also do these itty bitty little handles? What are these little pieces? What do you guys think? Let us know.
It says settings, please. Settings for which one? For Johnny's machine or
probably for
the
this one, because I just asked. Let's see.
Okay, it says settings, please. I know you send me the screenshot.
I got it. I can say them right now.
Okay.
It's in one of the chats.
Oh, okay. So you want to repeat them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everybody listen up here. These are for the settings for the F2 Ultra.
For the F2 Ultra, and then this is for the acacia wood that is on all the marble that we have. So the settings are going to be, again, the blue light, power of 90%, speed is going to be 1,229, one pass, and 120 lines per centimeter. So again, that was 90 power, 1229 speed, one pass, 120 lines per centimeter. And that was maybe a minute and a half to engrave that big engraving, right? So now I put the little handles in there. It's going to be the same set. I'm sorry, the little, utensils. It's going to be the same kind of settings for those. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take a new photo of what I have because they're actually the same level too, which is pretty cool. And I'm just going to shrink down that little Happy Valentine's Day circle and make it like a matching set to where each one has that little circle as well. So that's what I'm doing right now. Johnny, how's it going over there?
Pretty good. Yeah, we're about 3/4 of the way done here. And I'm looking at it. I like how dark it's coming out. So after this, I'm probably going to hit it with some walrus oil just to seal it up, which should make the colors pop a little bit more. And then give it about 24 hours to just set. And then after that, we're good to go.
Can you repeat that real quick? What was the name of what you would seal it with?
I use it's an oil called walrus oil. I think it's about
Sounds
maybe
cool.
like 20 bucks on Amazon. I've only ever bought one bottle. That was maybe like 2.5 years ago, and I still have over half of it left. So, yeah, it's very good oil. It brings out a really, really nice shine in all the cutting boards that I use, and I highly recommend it.
The only reason why I asked you to repeat that because that was actually a question.
Oh, gotcha.
Protecting the wood. The question was protecting the wood with oil after engraving it, or are you just telling customers it's for not food safe?
And that's a
I'm
great
sorry.
point too.
Wait, what was that?
Well, they were asking if you were just telling customers like it's not food safe unless they like code it or something. But it sounds like you're taking all the guesswork out for them.
Yeah, correct. I like to just take all the guesswork and I'm like, hey, you guys can use it. I probably wouldn't use that side. I would just use it as a display piece and then use
Right.
the opposite side for doing all your cutting. That way you don't obviously mess that up. But yeah, I code it for them. I give it to them ready to go. Use it as you will. But when you get it from me, it's ready to go right out the box. So, and you guys made it super easy with that amazing box with all the inserts and everything for the utensils. The foam padding, it's perfect. Especially with Valentine's Day right around the corner, this is a no-brainer.
So Sherry's actually saying, I have a hard time with a Curia engraving. I have the F1. What kind of advice can you give Sherry?
I think Ashley's actually in the chat. Ashley, do you have settings for your F1 for the acacia wood? That's any of the marble stuff. If not, I think it's actually on our site. So it should be under the product settings. And then they want to see the walrus oil. Is that what it's called?
I think video. Yeah. What do you want to?
They want to see it, like what it looks like.
Okay, let me see if I can find the bottle real quick.
And then while you're doing that, I engraved these little handles. So let's take a look at these. You guys might notice that I started it again. So what I did was I just did a second pass because if you just don't move the things, you can always do a second pass. But look, there's matching little handles to go with the cheese set in the middle. There we go. Isn't that cool? There we go. Those are so neat. So now it all matches. And then, like I said, the more that you customize with the sets that you're selling, like the more value you're putting into it, right?
And I think
there you go.
I'm going to get those settings she said to give her a second. And there it is.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, nice. Comes in a nice big 32 ounce right here. And like I said, this is plenty. You just put a little tiny drop, spread it around with some gloves, maybe a brush, and just let it set for about 24 hours. Let it really seep into the wood. Give it a good wipe down, and then you're done. Yeah, this guy was about
awesome.
25 bucks.
Nice. Johnny, real quick, another question. They want to know the settings you use for the bolt, and also what is the wattage of the bolt?
So the bolt, I believe, is an 80 watt. And the settings, I'll go back to it right now in a second. We're just about to be done with it. I'll open it up so you guys can see it.
Also, real quick, Ashley went ahead and dropped those settings in the chat.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley. I believe it's blue light 150 with 100% and 140. So it's right here, right at the bottom. So I think it was Karen who asked, I believe.
That looks really great, Johnny.
Thank you. Yep. So there's that. Whoa. Nice contrast between the wood and the engrave, which is what we want. It's not smoky, just nice and bright.
That's awesome. And then you had to
Thank
go
you.
outside too to show us how cool it looks, right?
Yeah, well, inside the garage, the lighting doesn't do it justice.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Yep. Not bad.
So I moved on here to my Valet box. While I'm working on this box, because I know I promised we wouldn't take up your whole day, why don't you give your tips for kind of what you do to upsell your Valet boxes? Like, do you like to add things in there? Like, I know you put really cool, like I saw one earlier, you put like a flask, a knife, a wallet, like you did so many cool things to it. Like what's kind of your go-to like to upsell a product? Like what do you add into it for the Valet boxes?
For the boxes, I would probably try to, sorry, kind of trying to turn this thing around. For the boxes, I personally would probably try to stick to really small items. Say like if it's for Father's Day or something like that, probably stick to like a cutting blade, maybe an RFID wallet, just something that's of everyday use. But more so than that is my wife is really into decorating these boxes. After we do the engrave on the fronts, say for
Mm-hmm.
instance on this guy right here, what she'll do afterwards is we have the box and it's engraved and that's nice and dandy and all, but she'll go ahead and she'll add all these kinds of like acrylic little decorations that she does. She cures all this acrylic like nice Victorian looking stuff, and she'll put it all over the edges. Then we'll add like some little metal decorative legs and really turn it into like a full-on like decorative piece decked out box. And then that way we don't have to include a bunch of other obsolete products that don't really have anything to do with the box. We stick to the focus that is the box, and we just maximize as much as we can just with that itself.
That's awesome. And I mean, that's smart to do. I'm not going to reveal what's in this box because it's a tiny bit different from what you have in yours. But if you watched our stories, you might have an idea. I'm just going to engrave on it first. And this is something that we did with the boxes before. But I actually found this file on Creative Fabrica. And it's literally like one of those little Valentine's Day cards. So it says Happy Valentine's Day to from. That way, the box that you're giving something in is actually the card. So that it eliminates the need for that paper waste for an extra $6 item that like no one's gonna keep, right?
Yeah,
Might
correct.
as well just put the Valentine on the box.
Yeah, and the other cool thing that you can do is you can you can like say if someone were to give this to me, right? If someone's like, hey dude, I got you this custom made box or something, right? Say my mom reaches out to MakerFlo and she's like, hey, I want one of your cherry wood boxes with my son's logo on it. Then you can just open this guy up and then put a message in here as well. You know, because that part slides
Johnny, stop giving away my secrets.
That slides right under your X tool, and then you can just put a nice little message to so and so from your mom, whatever.
Exactly.
So yeah, exactly, all on the same page. Let me. So how much time do I have with you guys here?
You can have as much time as you want, dude.
Yeah, so I've got 2 minutes on my engraving that's going on right now. If you want to show us something else, I mean, I think the people want to see it, so it's really up to you.
Yeah, they're saying, Johnny, let's.
Is that another journal?
Again. So they want to.
Sure is.
They want to see the cat design. Also, Johnny, I don't know if you answered this question, but they wanted to ask. Liz is asking, how much would you charge for the heart board?
If I were to resell?
Yep.
Yeah.
So for resale purposes, how much do you guys sell those on the website?
Isn't it like 18 single, something like that?
Yes.
Let's look it up real quick.
Look it up
18 for a single?
Well, so it depends, right? So the smartest way, obviously, is to get the case. Because when you get the case pricing, it's 20% off. Yeah. Otherwise, the build a bundle is 10% off. But on its own, it is
$23.95.
$23.95.
Yeah. And then the case of 5 is $95.80.
Okay, so the case is when it comes down under 20, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's like best bang for the buck is going to be under 20 for you as the maker.
Okay. So say like under $20. If you were to get it for under $20 and say you were to do say like a design like the one that I just did, if it's like a simple like last name with like a design or something, obviously you take into account the your time for the programming and all that good stuff, which I like to typically charge about $10, which is like a standard fee just to get your design, program it, make sure that everything's ready to go. And then, as Ashley has said, in the past lives, I like to typically at least double the price of my item, and that's just to make sure that I get all of my money back for the item and that it's worth my time and my expertise to actually sit here and do it. Which is why now, if you guys have been paying attention more closely to my Instagram, I've kind of started shifting more towards doing bundle packs and more bulk items, just because it's cool getting the orders here and there where they're like, hey, give me one lighter or give me one this or one notebook or something. But it'll take me 30 minutes, 45 minutes to program someone's logo front and then do the same thing and then do it to the back. And then at the end, you sell it for $30 and it's not really worth the time. Where if you were to do, like, say, a dozen of them, now it makes a little more sense. That's awesome.
So that was like 2 minutes. We did 2 passes just to make sure we got all the details. But yeah, just like Johnny said, so you can actually open them up, engrave on the inside, like I did here. You've got a whole song in there. I want to say it's some David Bowie lyrics, if I remember correctly. Yep. And then inside, I have my little rose. I've got my coffee mug, also Bowie inspired, and a little tissue paper, right? So now you have like a whole little Valentine set for your favorite Bowie lover. And there you go. Pretty neat, right?
Real quick, Nancy, are you still in the chat? You asked for the Laserette settings. Were you asking for the journal?
And then Johnny, why don't you tell them what you're doing?
So right now I'm just taking the measurements of the journal more or less. So I'm gonna start it from about this section right here, just because at the crease when it folds, I wanted to go over the crease just a tiny bit, just to make sure that you get the entire engraving on this entire section. And the other thing that I like about this is, so far with the ones that I've done, I haven't had a problem with the laser going through any of the stitching, which is a huge plus. Because most other journals that I've tried, it always busts the stitching right off, and then you're basically done. So that's a huge plus.
That's a huge plus.
Yeah, very, very huge plus. So yeah, right
And
now
since
I'm gonna get the file sent over to the Bolt, get it traced up. I'll give you guys the settings, the DPI, kind of give you guys a quick run through of how I adjust the DPI on the fly per image, just because there is no one set setting for every single image you do. Say if you were to do someone's last name and it's nice and thick and bold, it's gonna be completely different than if you're doing like a full on, you're trying to do something detailed like this. It's just, there's just a lot more that goes into those settings than if you're just doing someone's name. So everything's gonna change, and that's where I highly, highly suggest that everybody is very fluent in Lightburn, what Lightburn is actually doing when it comes to your laser, how your laser interacts with the Lightburn setting and everything. Because unless you know what the software is doing, you're kind of just guessing at everything you do.
That's a good point. Dana's got some questions.
I got one for you, actually. Nancy was actually asking for the settings for the journal and passport. So is there any way you can repeat those? And
yeah, absolutely.
That way I could put it in the chat too. I'm about to put it in the chat real quick.
Yes.
But for people that missed the settings, Sam's going to say it right now. Go for it.
Okay, settings for our Laserette, and I will specify it's only the Laserette that transfers to black. So the one that goes to silver is a slightly different setting. So this is the ones that go to black, and they are 60 power, 500 speed, 120 lines per centimeter, and that is the blue lights. And what we'll do once Johnny's done with his display right now, the next thing that I'll do is I'll actually share my screen and kind of show you how to set up that test grid with the Laserette swatches. That way you can find out how we're getting these settings too. Okay.
All right. And I'm just dropping it also in the chat as well. So, and again, this is for the F2 Ultra.
F2 Ultra.
Sam, I just received my.
Oh, that's awesome, Catherine. Cool. That's I was sneaking up to read it because these glasses, they do a little bit, but not that much. Johnny, you make it look like a science. I'm just like throwing things under there, and you're all like with your measuring tool and.
Dude, Ashley makes fun of me because last time when we did the live, I was like cropping out the knife and everything. She's like, "What are you doing? Like, dude, you do everything like such a hard, difficult way." And I'm like, this is just the way I do things, dude. Plus, I coming from like the CNC background at SpaceX. We were made to check everything with our tools and then also manually. So I think I just kind of brought that over here too. So yeah, if the machine tells me it's good, I have to verify with my eyes too. No matter what.
So you're saying Ashley's rubbing off on me?
Yes, she's a good person to rub off on.
But look, guys, these are kind of those settings we were talking about. So I'll show you how to do these shortly. But like, see this little test grid over here? That's one of the things that I was talking about. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But for now, I'm really excited to see what happens over there, Johnny.
Thank you. Give me one quick second. I got to make a quick adjustment here.
Ashley said that you were making fun of him.
Dude, she always makes fun of me. Always.
And Heather says she's so happy everything was easy.
That's awesome. Glad to hear it. And I think that's for the X tool we were just talking about earlier, right? So that's really cool. I want to say Catherine just got the S1, was it?
M1?
M1, maybe?
I think it was the M1.
But it's exciting. She's got the 4-in-1. She's going to do all the things. She's so excited. But what do you guys think? So I know we've done a lot of talking, a lot of switching off back and forth. So far, are we enjoying this live? Are we getting some good information? What other information do we need? Let us know. There's so many people here, so we'd love to hear what you guys think.
You got to tease the people you love, Ashley says.
See, Danny?
It's hard love. It's hard love.
The X-Tool M1 Ultra. Okay, cool. Awesome. But yeah, that's super cool. Stop trying to make us get a Thunder, Johnny.
Dude, you have to. Thunders are awesome. Thunders are freaking awesome. They make your life so easy. Like I keep telling my wife this over and over and over again. Like before I got this machine, even just going to the garage and like turning on the machine and waiting for it to home and going through all the checks, it was like such a drag where I was like, oh, I don't even want to go in there. And this thing is like such turnkey. It's like beep beep, and you're done. And like from a manufacturing standpoint, if you're like in a pinch for time, this thing is just amazing because again, this has replaced my X-Tool F1 and the Ultra on so many different products. It's not even funny. Where before I was doing, say, like my coffin flasks, they have a very, very thick coating. Let me try to get rid of this. I'm sorry. I like to put a hat over the Thunder just to get rid of that glare. Little trick.
I thought you were just giving it some shade.
Yeah, just giving it some shade. Exactly. So, yeah, before I used to run everything, most of my metal products on my X-Tool, but then once I got the bolt, it just eliminated the need for all that, and it literally cuts the time in like a quarter for most of the stuff. So
that's awesome.
All right,
Danny, you got a question?
So we have a great question actually, real quick. They're asking, can these items that are leatherette be engraved with UV laser?
So Laserette is what we're working on. I gotta say. Because guys, remember, this is patent specifically for MakerFlo. These are, our new patented items. So you want to always make sure you're saying Laserette. But yeah, I think so. All of that to say, yeah, pretty sure.
Sweet. Sorry, 1 second. Let me clean the camera. All right, so this is the graphic right here that we're going to be using. This is one that I generated on Bing. I just typed in Frankenstein his bride over a nice big full moon with some, there were supposed to be some like werewolves on the side there, but I had to crop it out. So the settings for this guy are going to be, sorry, I need to adjust this. That's way too high. That was for the last.
Can I say that looks like the perfect shape of the journal? So it's going to just like fully cover the front?
Correct. So what I did was I took the original image and then I just cropped it more or less into that shape. So I went ahead and I measured the journal. And then I took this into, again, just like some free software that have like download cropped image or something, whatever it is. I just go here, I literally just click it and then it just lets me crop it into whatever shape I want, size, whatever. I can just kind of go off of this And then I get it close, and then I'll bring it into Lightburn, and then I'll just unclick this, set the exact settings, and then once it's close, if it didn't skew it too much, you're usually okay. Like this one, I was probably within a 1/4 inch on both directions, so it skewed it a little bit, but not enough for anybody to really tell, right? So the settings for this guy on my last journal, again, the speed, I keep it at 15 inches per second. My power is going to be 25, and then again, I keep this, I'm going to keep that at about half. I'm going 365 DPI with Atkinson as my mode. So before I hit go, I'm going to go ahead and hit the preview button here. And what I'm looking for when I hit the preview is first, I immediately look at all the black, which tells me that's not going to get hit at all. And then I look at all of this and I make sure that I can see a fair bit of shading in everything that I do. So there's the hand. We come up here and we go up to the face. We zoom in. You can see the shading in the cheekbone, on the bolt, on his neck. And then more importantly, you go up here to the moon. And this is where it gets a little hard because there's so many different things going on here, from light values to completely off on the sides, to completely on, to all this small little dithering you got going on here. So as you kind of learn to adjust this, you kind of learn to play with your DPI. So let's say if you were to go and say you didn't know anything about DPI and you go
And
600
again, guys,
DPI.
this is Lightburn that he's using right now.
Correct. This is Lightburn. So just to show you guys what DPI means, let's just say you're starting off with DPI and you start off with a low DPI of 50. So DPI stands for dots per inch. You're going to go in here and you're basically filling in this with 50 dots for every inch that this has. And as you fill it in, you're going to either lose or gain detail. As you can see here, we've lost quite a bit because we're filling in a lot less dots. So we're going to go back in here and then you slowly start increasing this. So let's just say you end up at around the 250 mark. Oops, accidentally hit the settings. Go here and now you start to get a little bit better of an image, right? All the shading coming in nice and clearly. This one right here will probably still be okay to run just because you actually don't. This one actually looks a lot better because you can see a lot more of this shading here if you zoom in. And then the contrast between the very brights and then the darks here in his hair. So that actually doesn't look too bad.
So I'm going to stop you real quick.
Yeah,
we got
real
some
quick.
comments coming in.
Real quick. Actually, someone asked earlier if it can be engraved on the Laserette UV laser. He meant to say laser
Yes.
eye. That's what he meant. He mistyped it. Also, Ashley asked if you dropped the bolt settings. Nancy wants to know what website or app do you use to generate the images. And then last question: can the Laserette Journal be engraved?
Yes. So they said leather journal. So I don't know if they mean like a different kind, and those for sure. But ours, we're doing Laserette right now, and absolutely those can be engraved. And I saw someone asking too about the different items on the site compatible for their P2 and the F1. There's so many items that are compatible. Pretty much all of the things that we have can go into those machines. So those are great things. And then will it be a replay? Absolutely. You're going to see this on YouTube instantly, pretty much after it's. I know it takes like a little bit of like downloading, or it'll upload or whatever, but within about an hour or so, it's usually available.
And then Johnny, again, if you can remind everyone, this was a question from Nancy. What website or app do you use to generate your images?
Bing. I have only ever exclusively used Bing. Every once in a while I'll use ChatGPT, but in my experience, Chat is good for doing like very simple generic-y stuff. Where Bing, you can really get like really creative. And what I always tell people is the more descriptive you are in your description, the better results you're gonna get. If you were to just say black and white picture of Frankenstein, who knows what you're going to get, But if you give it really specific things like input the moon in the background as big as it can go, put some, dark trees at the bottom with some werewolves on the side, make it look romantic, it'll do it. And it pops out like 3 or 4 of these things all at once. And then you just hit refresh and then you got another 4, and then refresh and you got another 4, and it's completely free. So
I will say just a couple things really quick. one, if you guys are enjoying these new lives and you know a maker in this space who you think should be featured, who has some knowledge to drop, feel free to have them reach out to us, or send us a DM with their info. We're trying to get more collaborative kind of hosts on here, so we're offering a different kind of information, because Danny and I can only tell you so much. But people that are out there doing things with different machines, and different products, like, they have a lot more to pull from. Next thing I'm going to say, Ashley said that you guys should do an image off, like image generation live. And I think that'd be really cool. We would watch that for sure.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I can't read the other comments.
Let's see.
It says, how did you fit maybe the hardboard under the F1 Ultra? I think that's what
yeah.
you're asking.
I can show them really quick, but basically,
yes. How did you fit the hardboard under?
Of course it would.
So what I did was I just took the heartboard and I kind of just centered it up underneath like this. And then basically, like, it's got that 8x8 engraving bed. So all you're really going to need is, where the wood is, because you're not going to engrave on the marble, right? So I just kind of centered it up and got this. I also did the preview where you can see kind of the image before it gets put onto the item. And I kind of just repositioned a little bit so that this was centered with the design that I did. But yeah, good question. And then Johnny, how long is that going to take to engrave?
So this guy right here is going to take 18 minutes and 50 seconds. So it's going to take about 20 minutes to engrave, but it's top to bottom, front to back. Yeah. And you can tell on the bottom corner right here, that's about as bright as it's going to get. And then you can tell the contrast on the trees there. It's about as black as black gets. So this is going to come out really, really sick.
That's super cool. And then, yeah, people were asking for sure, is it Bing? Yeah, Bing is like a search engine. That is how he's getting those images.
Correct, Bing. Yeah, they have a tool on there called the Image Creator, and I would just utilize that. Yeah, Bing Image Creator. I believe there's a mode called, I think it's called Wally 3, and that specific one is the one that generates up to 4 images at a time. There's another one, I forget what the mode's called. Make sure you switch it to the Wally 3. If you're using the other one, I feel like it's more like Chat GPT driven, where it kind of generates more generic looking graphics, where the Wally 3 version generates like really, really crazy detailed stuff.
Awesome. Well, Johnny, we have taken up so much of your time today, and I know that that's going to need a little bit more time than our live is. So I'm going to ask a favor. If anybody has any questions for Johnny, any last minute advice, tips, questions, anything, throw it in the chat and let's get those answered. And then I'll say, I need you to do me a favor. After this live, when that journal is done, can you please post it to your story and tag us so that we can reshare it? Because I know everybody's going to want to see it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that thing's looking awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I'll get that done as soon as this is off. We got about like 16 minutes left. So
we still have over 40 people in the chat. Does anybody have any questions for Johnny? Any last minute things before we let him do what he does best, and that's make awesome things?
I mean, I'm here. You guys are not taking up any. I mean, I'm free for the rest of the evening. So you guys,
right, we'll hang out then.
I'm free to chill here until this is done. I have no problem with that at all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up my Creative Space software. I want to show you guys how to do those test grids. I'm excited to show you because I've just learned how to do them recently. Jesse stopped gatekeeping his secrets and he told me how to do it. So now I know how. So.
Not cool, Jesse. Not cool. Dude, what babies do to you?
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to my computer real quick, share my screen, and I'll help you with that. Or do you want to do that? Okay, cool. Give me 1 second and I'll get that shared and we'll show you how to make that test grid. Okay. So let me go ahead and do this. And then that's already looking so cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can see all the shading, like especially like on the dress right there by the hand where it's getting to right now. It's just I could sit here and just watch this all day, like layer per layer, and I do most days. My wife comes in, she's like, "Are you still staring at the machine?" I'm like, "It's so beautiful."
Okay. Let's see. So I think, perfect. Okay.
Make sure to mute your.
I think I did. I think that I did. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll switch to share screen. Do entire, share. And then you should see my screen.
Yes.
Beautiful. And then, perfect. Okay, cool. And then we still see Johnny. So I'll go ahead and minimize this a little bit so you can see kind of what I'm doing a little bit better. Bear with me. Okay. All right, so we have, I'll go ahead and hit finish. Okay, so now I put the Laserette piece. So what I did was I took this from the swatch basically, and I went ahead and I just separated it. That way it's laying nice and flat. We'll go ahead and we're gonna measure the depth and take a photo. That way the laser can focus itself and we'll get a solid engraving shortly. So you're gonna be able to see on my screen once it's done, the swatch itself. So we've got the blue one in there right now. And focusing was successful. Beautiful. So now you can see my swatch. So I'm going to go ahead and move this Valentine's design out of the way. All right. Perfect. Okay. So now I just have the swatch. It is focused. I'm looking just at the swatch itself. The little black dot you see at the top right corner. So that is the base setting. So basically what you're trying to achieve is that depth and that color. So on the swatches, every single color has that little square. That way you know kind of like what you're aiming for, right? So now the next thing I'll do is I'm going to move my little screen over a little bit so you can kind of see where I'm getting this from. Okay, so over here, you have the option to draw a shape. It doesn't matter which one. I have been doing the rectangle. You can use a circle, a star, whatever you want. But you draw your little rectangle. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go over to click engrave. So I set it to engrave, and then it made the circle, or sorry, the square dark, right? Next thing that I want to do is I want to look at what the default settings are, because you always kind of need a base to start, right? So what's cool about Creative Space is we can actually go in and we can find the material. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go under the leather, and then I'm going to find the Laserable PU, because that has been the settings that have worked kind of the most consistently. And then I found a, let's look for blue to black. So I'm just going to type in blue. That one's blue to silver.
And real quick, if you can't see it, you'll find the search on the left-hand side, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I'm going to go back to Laserable PU, and then let's just go ahead and click blue to black. Perfect. There it is. Okay, so I'll click apply. So what this does is it tells me kind of their base settings, which are 85 power, 600 speed. So now that I have kind of, and then that's where you kind of see what those settings are. So now that I have that general idea, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go back to my little square here that I made. And I'm going to go ahead and just click on the square. And then to the left, you'll see this little button here for applications. We'll click on that. And then we're going to go ahead and click on Material Test Array. So we click on that. And what that's going to do is it'll pull up, first of all, this reference chart to kind of let you know what-ish you're going to see. I can kind of move it over so you can see what I mean. So yeah, it pulls up that little chart. You don't necessarily need that chart, so I'm just going to close out of it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to use the settings that are those test settings as my base point. So I've got 85 for power, 600 for speed. Okay. So what that tells me is I want to test around 85 power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to do a minimum of, let's say, 60 power. And then let's crank it all the way up to 100, because that's in between 85, right? 60 and 100. And then for the next setting of the speed, we're looking at 600. So I'm going to say the max I want to do is maybe 900, and the minimum is, let's say, 300. Next, you can determine how many rows that you want to test it out. So it's just how granularly you want to get with this. We're going to say 5 columns and 5 rows. All right, perfect. Done. So then what that does is it creates this square with all of these different settings. So you can see at the top, that's my favorite part, is that it says the machine that you're using. So see how it says Engrave Test X Tool F2 Ultra. It tells you the lines per centimeter. And then on the left side, you see all the different speeds, all the different powers. That way you know kind of which is which. So that is how you create the test grid, guys. Does that make sense? Do we have questions on that? Is that cool to see? What I'll do next is I'm going to go ahead and frame it just to make sure that nothing's moved. Perfect. I'm still on the swatch. Beautiful. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit process because it already has all those settings kind of built in. And it'll just kind of start engraving them as I go. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And then I'll hit start on my actual X tool. Okay.
Whoops.
And away it goes. Oh, bear with me. I forgot to turn on the fan.
Oh my God.
So it's upset at me. But I'll show you kind of, because it already started. So we can just, let's switch over because we're already about out of time. And if you ever have that happen, yeah, just and it should be good. So if you ever have that happen and like your machine tells you that it's upset with you because you started a fire, it means you just need to lower your power settings. So we probably need to go back, lower those, make sure the fan's on, you're good to go. But this is what was created so far. So it started to do that little grid for us. So see how it started engraving and you can kind of see, there they are. You can see, you can feel the different colors, but it'll create a full grid that looks like this. And then you can go through and you can really find which settings match what, right? So that's it. That's as easy as it can be. All right, guys, we have been doing this for an hour and a half. So let's look at what we did. So I'm going to turn off my purifier. And what we started with the journal. So let's show off our journal first. So guys, we did this. This engraving on the front took about 2 minutes. This engraving on the inside took 1. So for 3 minutes, we customized the heck out of this. We got the front of it done. We got the inside done. You can easily upcharge this for double what you paid for it, if not more. So how cool was that, right?
I've started a few fires before.
Who does that, right? Just real makers making real fires. No. Then we did our marble heartboard. We got this whole big guy done, and I want to say it was just under 2 minutes as well. And then we also engraved the little handles, which look so cool, and they match. We also could have done the box on that because that is easily engravable as well. And then the last thing we did was our Valet Box. So we've got our Valet Box beautifully engraved on the outside. You could also engrave names down here too, if you so feel inclined, which would be really cool. And then you can easily engrave on the inside of the box. Say you've got handwriting, your favorite recipe written by your grandmother, you know, things like that. Super cool. And then you can use it to make a gift box. Put all your fun little gifts in there, right? So the perfect way to kind of create, to really be able to put value behind what you're selling and to stand behind that price, you know, with a bit of pride, right? All right, Johnny, you want to show off what you did?
Yeah. So first, well, earlier today I did your guys' box, which
So cool.
again are just freaking amazing, right? Contrast is unbelievable. Then earlier today I did also the journal. Not today, but we did this guy right here, and then we did our board right there, which came out.
Did you code it already too?
No, I have not coded it yet.
Okay. I was like,
That's
wow, how did you do that?
All natural shine, huh? Yeah, that's awesome.
I guess, yeah, that's cool.
So there's that. But yeah, I mean, you guys have so many amazing products. It's just so easy to make all kinds of stuff. From
the journal
to the boxes to your tumblers. I mean, yeah, it's all awesome. So.
They need to see the back of your journal one more time, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
That's so cool.
Hold on. I gotta go outside. There you go.
I feel like it's looking at me.
It is.
That's so neat.
And then just to clarify about the fires.
There's no active fire.
But I was more happy to know that my machine would auto stop like if it was supposed to.
Isn't that exciting? You're like, oh, cool. It won't let me burn the house down or the studio. Hey, but guys, we had a blast on this live. Hopefully you guys all learned some cool stuff today. If you guys don't follow Johnny, that's Hello Darkness Creations on Instagram, YouTube. He's working on his Facebook, right?
For like a month and a half now.
But Instagram and YouTube for sure. Are you on TikTok, Johnny?
Yeah, I have a TikTok. Yes.
Beautiful. And then, of course, you can find MakerFlo everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We also have a Facebook group. So if you're ever looking for extra tips, tricks,
follow me on MySpace.
You want to yep. Yeah. No, we're not on MySpace. We graduated from that. But no. So if you guys have ever found yourself in a place where you just even want to show off what you do, or you have questions like, why am I not getting results with this? Our MakerFlo Facebook group is a great place for that. There's over 30,000 crafters in that group, and they will not give you a hard time. They will help you. So definitely a good place to go if you are wanting some help, wanting to show off, just wanting to get crafty, get some inspiration. A great place to go. And on top of that, we have the 2 YouTube channels. So we've got MakerFlo in English and Espanol. So make sure you're checking those out. Our new podcast is dropping soon. I'll be working with Nitty from Is Annie Crafting on our next Hecho con Razón next month. And, sky's the limit from there, right? So make sure you guys are following everything. You can also make suggestions on what you want to see, who you want to see in the lives, and maybe sometime this month, we're going to get Mark and John, or John and Mark, taking over the studio. So you definitely want to make sure you're catching all of these lives because there's a lot to miss. So you want to be here for it. Any final words of wisdom from you, Johnny?
No, just keep on creating. Dude, the only way to get this stuff done is to just make it. Who cares if anybody else is going to like it? Who cares if anybody's going to approve? Just get out there and just create. Just create. I promise you, it's the best thing that you can possibly do.
Yeah, there's a niche for everyone, right? And you're going to find yours. Just be unique and, be bold. Make something cool.
Yeah, make something cool. And above all else, take care of people. You give someone a good product at a good price, you're not going to have a one-time client. You're going to have a repeat customer for life. And that's what you want. You want consistency. So I find that the more you genuinely try to help other people, the more you succeed in this life. So just stick to that.
And then we have one more question coming your way. They're asking if you had to invert the image to get it to engrave on the black journal.
You just go to Lightburn and hit the little invert button on the settings. It's as easy as that. You just invert, hit the little toggle switch. I can show you guys where that's at if you would like.
And Donna said thank you so much for the encouragement. Donna, thank you for being here. We wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for people like you.
You just hit that guy and that inverts your image. So that is the invert off. And when you do your preview, it should be pretty apparent. It's just engraving everything. And then you click the invert on. And then it just gives you just the opposite. So
that's amazing. Well, again, guys, thank you so much for being here. We'll be back on Tuesday next week, same time, same place. Who knows who's going to, we know, but you should tune in because we don't know. And it's probably going to be fun. So thanks again, guys. Johnny, thank you so much. Let's get a round of applause for Johnny.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate you. Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much. And we'll catch you guys soon.
Awesome. Take care.